So tonight we have 6 brand new Overframe retrains to look over from the Limit Over Collection Heroes. And there are 2 Kuribos, a few other cards as well, and they're all absolutely broken. So let's take a look at them and let's talk about them. First up, we have Multiplying Kuribo. This is a reference from the duel against Pegasus, where Yugi uses Multiplying Kuribo, as we saw with Detonating Kuribo before. Now, this is a Dark Fiend effect monster, level 1, with 300 attack and 200 defense, and you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, or when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, if an opponent's monster attacks during the damage calculation, or when your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, quick effect, you can add to your hand or special summon one Dark Magician, or one monster with 300 attack and 200 defense from your deck or graveyard. Then you could change that opponent's monster's attack to 0. This is really good because it's a new Power Patron support card, and it's just a free body that you can summon out that becomes a level 1. So you could link it away, you could exceed summon with it, and you could also use this in things like Pure Kuribo, your Power Patron decks, and you also can run this in Skull Servant. So it's a well-rounded card, and I definitely like this card. Probably going to pick up a few copies of this because it's always going to be good going into the future. After that, we have Winged Kuribo Sabatiel level 10, or Sabatiel. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a light fairy effect monster, level 10, 300 attack and 200 defense. So realistically, you can add it off of the new Kuribo, so that works really well. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. You can reveal this card in your hand and pay half your life points. Add one polymerization spell or fusion spell from your deck to your hand, and if you do, shuffle this card into the deck. Also, you cannot special summon from the extract for the rest of the turn except hero monsters. And during your opponent's turn, if you have 1,000 or life points or less, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the highest attack amongst the monsters they control. So if we had old time rules, this would have been absolutely insane. And in my honest opinion, this is a really powerful card. By paying half your life points to search out any polymerization spell or fusion spell, so you can search out polymerization, super polymerization, fusion destiny, and so on and so forth. So overall, this is a really, really powerful card. Next up, the card that everyone's going to be waiting for, especially for the Kill Tune players, you have Star Junk Synchron. It is a brand new Dark Warrior Tuner effect monster, level 3, 1300 attack and 500 defense, and for a Synchro summon, you can substitute this card for any Synchron tuner. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. Now, if this card is in your hand, you can target one level 2 or lower monster in your graveyard to special summon this card, and if you do, special summon that monster. But effects are negated. Also, you cannot special summon from the extract for the rest of the turn except Synchro monsters. And you can banish this card from your graveyard. Junk Warrior you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effect this turn. Now, overall, this card is absolutely broken in decks like Red Dragon Archfiend, the Synchron deck, and even decks that are on the lines of Cool Tune, because you have level 2 monsters that you want to reborn just so you could synchro them away later. And I do have to say that this is going to be one of the best cards that will always see play going into the future for any synchro deck that needs to recur a level 2 or lower body to the field. And I could definitely think that this is going to be a card that will end up on the Forbidden Limited list as time goes on because of what it can do. And honestly, it's definitely interesting to see that they're going all out for this type of stuff. But let's get into the next one, and it is Gagaga Magician, Gagaga Magic. It's a dark spellcaster effect monster, level 4, 1500 attack, and 1000 defense. You can only use the effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can special summon it and one other Zubaba, Gagaga, Go, or Dododo monster from your hand or graveyard, except another copy of itself, and if you do, immediately after this effect resolves, exceed summon one Zubaba, Gagaga, Dododo, Go, Jin, Heroic Champion, number, ZW, or ZS monster using only those 2 monsters. When you do, treat the level of one of those monsters the same as the other monsters. Now, this allows you just to go into really anything that you want outside of the levels that you have for the Zubaba, Go-Go's, and all that. But one of the things I do want to note is that we don't have a current generic Heroic Champion monster. So in the future, we could probably have a free generic Automat Heroic Champion monster, which is honestly going to be really cool. And I definitely think it's going to be the last card for the Overframes going forward. Now, after that, we have a card that's absolutely broken, being Horoscope Sorcerer, the Stargazer Magician. Dark Spellcaster Pendulum Effect Monster, that's a Pendulum Scale 1, level 5, 1200 attack, and 2400 defense. Pendulum Monster, you can only use the Pendulum Effect of this card's name once per turn. When an opponent's activated spell card or effect resolves, you can, if you control a Magician Pendulum Monster or an Odd Eyes monster, you can negate that effect and then destroy this card. Honestly, really broken. And then Monster Effect, you can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. You can discard one other Magician Pendulum monster, Perform Bell monster, or Odd Eyes monster to special summon this card from your hand. If this card is special summoned, you can add one Pendulum monster with 2500 attack from your deck to your hand. Honestly, searching out Astrograph is really strong. And then you can target one Pendulum monster card you control, destroy it, then you can add one face-up Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. Overall, this is a really powerful card, and I could definitely see it being ran more and more as time goes on, because it allows you to get to things like Astrograph Sorcerer, Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, or whatever other Pendulum Dragon monster that there is. And outside of that, this is a really powerful card, and I cannot wait to see what they have for the other side of the scale. But realistically, this is one to be wary of, especially for Pendulum monsters. And overall, 100% a solid card. And finally, we're going to be looking at Cyberse Code Magician. It is a dark Cyberse ritual effect monster, level 7 with 2500 attack and 2000 defense. And you can only ritual summon this card with Sign Out Ritual. And you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. You can only use, honestly, using both effects are absolutely fine because they're both broken. If a link monster you control would be used as a link material for a Cyberse monster, this card in your hand can also be used as a material. If this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can activate one of these effects. You cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except Cyberse monsters. Also send one Cyberse monster from your deck to the graveyard, or if this card was ritual summoned, you could special summon that monster instead. I could see weird hybrid builds for Malice going into the future, because if we still had a Link Decoder, but right now we can use something like Link Kuribo, you can link it away, and this card to summon out Euro Cyberse Wicked, which you could send any of your Malice names to the graveyard if you have a March Hare in hand. So it really helps the consistency issues that the deck has, but also you can go from a Link 2 up into a Link 3, which honestly is really powerful. But overall, this is a very solid card and could cause problems in the future. But tell me what you all think about these new Overframe cards from the Limit Over Collection Heroes down in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video. If you all enjoyed this video, hit that like button down below, and if you want to show support, please hit that subscribe button as well. And I do also have channel memberships, and if you want to support the channel more, it would be much appreciated. Thank you to FGH for supporting the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video.